Thank you very much. We'll now have, please stay upstanding, please stay upstanding. Yeah. Did I tell you to sit? Wonderful. Let's stay upstanding. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll now observe a moment, 30 seconds for each one of us to pray for a successful conference in your own faith. Please say a prayer to your God for 30 seconds. And all of us. Amen. You can be seated. Once again, a very good morning to you. And for the benefit of everyone in the room, if you need translation, please get yourself the translation headphones. There's a booth at the back of the room. You'll be able to listen to English and French. Channel 1 is English. Channel 2 is French. If you also have maybe someone to help you get the headphones, please do that. At the back, the team will make sure they help you. And at the end of the event, please return the headsets. Again, I welcome you today. Can we give a big, big round of applause to the people of Gambia who have welcomed us to this 12th edition of Merck Foundation Africa Asia Luminary. Your Excellencies, I am completely humbled today because this is the first country where a Mercedes-Benz is used as the taxi. I can't believe it. So when I go back home, I will be looking at all Mercedes-Benz drivers as taxi drivers. It is absolutely amazing here. Thank you so much for the warm reception. This year's conference is co-chaired by Her Excellency Mrs. Fatoumata Barbaro, the First Lady of the Gambia and Ambassador of Merck Foundation, More Than a Mother. Round of applause to her once again. Together with Senator Dr. Rasha Keled, the CEO of Merck Foundation and President of Merck of More Than a Mother campaign. Another round of applause. And also in partnership with the government of the Gambia. Thank you so much. Now, the conference will be officially inaugurated by His Excellency, Mr. Muhammad B.S. Jallo, the Vice President of the Republic of the Gambia. Thank you so much for coming. Who is also here to represent the President of the Gambia, Mr. Adama Barrow. Together also with Professor Dr. Frank Sagenberg-Haverkamp, the Chairman of Merck Foundation Board of Trustees. Thank you so much for being here. Today, we gather for the very first time in the Gambia. And it's still fresh in my mind when the First Lady said, Gambia is next, and we are here. This is the land of breathtaking landscapes. It has vibrant culture, warm, welcoming people, but also this land is known for its stunning Atlantic coastline. Have you been at the beach? Have you got an opportunity? There's also rich wildlife. Yesterday I went to the crocodile farm. I didn't touch the crocodiles because I had to be there, right? But get some time during your visit and see some of these places. the mighty river Gambia that flows through the heart of the country. The Gambia indeed is truly a gem of West Africa. Big round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, we are delighted to welcome our distinguished guests of honor, our valuable partners and active members of Merck Foundation First Ladies Initiative, who are also ambassadors of Merck Foundation, More Than a Mother. And I'll be introducing them, Her Excellency Madame Angeline Ndayishimiye, the First Lady of the Republic of Burundi. Thank you so much for being here. Her Excellency Madame Brigitte Todera, the First Lady of the Central African Republic. Also with us today, Her Excellency Mrs. Katumu Yata Boakai, the First Lady of the Republic of Liberia. Today with us is also Her Excellency Mrs. Maria de Fatima Villanova, First Lady of the Democratic Republic of Sao Tome and Principe. Thank you so much for being here. The First Lady of the Republic of Senegal is also here, Excellency Madame Marie Konefane. And of course, our host, Her Excellency, Mrs. Fatoumata Baro, the First Lady of the Republic of the Gambia, and of course, is also the co-chairperson of the 12th edition of the Merck Foundation Africa-Asia Luminary. Ladies and gentlemen, please also join me in welcoming the founder of Merck Foundation, Professor Dr. Frank Stagenberg Haverkamp, the chairman of the Merck Foundation Board of Trustees, and is also the former chairman of the executive board of Merck KG. I'm also truly privileged to welcome my friend, Senator Dr. Rasha Kelej, and in a few minutes we'll be hearing from her. But allow me to also welcome some very important people in the room. My Lord, the Chief Justice of the Republic of the Gambia. Big round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. I'd like to welcome honorable ministers who have joined us today. Honorable Dr. Ahmadu Lamin Samate, the Minister of Health for the Republic of Gambia, and Honorable Dr. Habibatu Drane, the Minister of Basic and Secondary Education from the Gambia. Honorable Fatou Sanyang Kite, the Minister of Gender, Children and Social Welfare. Honorable Lamin Jabi, the Minister of Communications and Digital Economy. Thank you for being here. Also joining us, Honorable Serene Modunjie, the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Internal Cooperation, and Gambians abroad. Thank you for being here. The Minister of Tourism and Culture, Honorable Abdul Joven. Thank you so much. Also today with us, the Minister of Fisheries and Water Resources, Honorable Musa Jame. The Minister of Environment and Climate Change, Honorable Roth John. Thank you so much for being here. Today also is the Minister of Lands in the Gambia, Honorable Hamad Nkeba. Thank you so much for being here. Honorable Nani Juwara, the Minister of Petroleum, is also here. Thank you so much. Plus the Chief of Staff, Honorable Maud Sesen. Ladies and gentlemen, this next introduction is also very important, yeah? And please, I request you to give a big round of applause from Uganda, Honorable Sarah Opende. Yeah. She's been a Minister of State for Health in Uganda, a Minister of State for Lands, a Minister of State for Energy and Mineral Development. And in Uganda, our election is in January, the 12th of January, and she's seeking another term in Parliament. So, Your Excellency, she might come back to the Gambia as the Vice President We don't know. We pray for her success. But she's also been here from day one of this entire campaign. So we thank you so much for coming and being here. Please allow me to also recognize former Vice President, Mrs. Fatumata Jallo. Thank you so much for being here. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I also continue to acknowledge and welcome the presence of excellencies, ambassadors, high commissioners, and consuls general of African countries. Here today, we also have the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly. We have members of the Diplomatic Corps and Consular Corps, National Assembly members, United Nations Residence Coordinators, heads of UN agencies, senior government officials, members of the press, all protocol duly and respectfully observed. I also welcome our partners today, the technical advisors, scientific session speakers who will hear from in the sessions for the next 2 days, academia, healthcare experts, and Merck Foundation alumni. And just like previous editions, this conference is conducted in a hybrid mode. Today, Your Excellency, we have more than 6,000 participants that are participating today. We are privileged that they would make their time to be here. Also, I would like to recognize the spouses of ministers who are here, and also the spouse of the Vice President is also here. Let's give them a big round of applause. Thank you so much for being here. Now, it gives me great pleasure to invite Senator Dr. Rasha Kelej. Before she comes, let me tell you about her. She's a trailblazer. She is very humble. She doesn't like this, but I always do it, yeah? So I'm going to ask her to sit until I finish this introduction of her. She's very relentless, a very relentless advocate for health and girl education. She's a visionary leader and a true champion of social change across Africa and beyond. I have met very many people, but I've never met a person who is as passionate as her. She has unwavering commitment to what she does. And for us, we've seen her change countless lives. A very driving force and the heart of Merck Foundation and its programs. She has been recognized as one of the 100 most influential Africans for 6 consecutive years. I was expecting you to clap, yeah? So since 2019, she's been recognized and a pioneer in building healthcare capacity, empowering women, and supporting girl education. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with me Senator Dr. Rasha Kelej, the CEO of Merck Foundation.
Good morning. Assalamu alaikum. I would like first to welcome all of you. Thank you for having the time to be with us today at the 12th edition of Merck Foundation Africa Asia Luminary, which is being conducted for the first time in the beautiful Gambia. Of course, I would like to welcome His Excellency Mr. Mohammed B.S. Jallo, the Vice President of the Republic of the Gambia, for being with us. It's a great honor. And of course, I welcome or she welcome me, my dear sister, the host, Her Excellency Mrs. Fatumata Bahbaru, the First Lady of the Gambia, the beautiful and very influential and very dedicated First Lady that we work together since 2017. And of course, she is the co-chair of this edition of Luminary and the host of the conference, this big conference. And I'm very happy to be with her today and to make it a great success. But now I would like to welcome my dear sisters, the First Ladies of Africa, and our ambassadors of Merck Foundation, More Than a Mother, who traveled all this way. I know it's a long journey for some, of course. So to be with us today and to join us to share experience and knowledge and the impact that we have done together through our partnership. I'll start alphabetically from A to Z. Her Excellency, Madame Angeline Ndjimwe, the First Lady of the Republic of Burundi. Thank you very much for being with us. And Her Excellency, Madame Brigitte Ouattara, the First Lady of the Central African Republic. And Her Excellency, Mrs. Fatoumata Bahbarou, of course, I have to do it alphabetically. Also the First Lady of the Republic of the Gambia and the host of the Luminary. And Her Excellency, Mrs. Kartumo Yarta Bokai, the First Lady of the Republic of Liberia. And we have together, will join us at night because for other commitments, but she is with us as well, Her Excellency Senator Olorimi Tinubu-Kon, the First Lady of the Republic of Nigeria. She is joining us tonight. And Her Excellency Mrs. Maria Di Fatima Villanova, the First Lady of the Democratic Republic of Santo Mayam Principe. And of course, Her Excellency Madame Marie Kon Faye, the First Lady of the Republic of Senegal. Of course, I would like to welcome all honorable ministers who joined us today, and the spouses of the ministers and the spouse of the vice president, so thank you very much for joining us. But also I would like to welcome my dear sister and the first partner I worked with since 2012, Her Honorable Sarah Obinji from Uganda, the Member of Parliament and the ministers of many different specialities. Of course, I would like to welcome all the alumni who came from different countries that we've been able to connect to the Gambia. So I would like to welcome all of you to be with us today and to enjoy and benefit from the session, the medical session that's going to be held and conducted in parallel of this panel discussion. So I would like to welcome all of you, excellencies, ambassadors, and all protocol reserved. Thank you very much for being with us. Allow me to speak a little bit about what we have done together with the First Ladies. Of course, we worked with many First Ladies, almost 30 First Ladies all over the years. Not all of them being able to join us today for convenient and logistics issue, of course, because in some countries it's a bit long trip. But all of them was joined us already in June during our Merck Foundation First Ladies Initiative, and we have shared all our experience. And together we had provided more than 2,400 scholarships for doctors and healthcare providers from 52 countries in more than 42 medical, underserved, and critical specialties. So a huge number. It's actually many of them became the first specialists in their fields, in their countries, like, for example, the first oncologists, the first diabetologists, and respiratory care, ICU care, intensive care, ophthalmology, reproductive and sexual care, fertility specialists, embryologists, emergency pediatric, and all the oncology subspecialties like pediatric oncology, internal oncology, clinical oncology, and all the oncology. It's really amazing program. And these scholarships actually transformed the patient care landscape in the public sectors in all these countries. Because in many countries, like for example, Burundi and Liberia and Sierra Leone and Gambia, we have provided the training for the first specialists before we had provided these scholarships of 1-year diploma and 2-year master degree in these specialties. There was no such local specialties in such fields. All the patient has either to travel abroad or not to have the care at all. And this is a great transformation. Out of these 2,400, in the Gambia alone, we provided in partnership with the First Lady of the Gambia 94 scholarships for healthcare providers. It's a transformational number, since of course we know that the population of the Gambia is small, and we consider a huge, huge achievement and transformation in the patient care landscape. If we have some of the Gambian alumni who graduated from our scholarship, can you please stand up? Wow. Great, great, great. I mean, thank you very much. Please sit down. Thank you very, very much. This is only the part who live in the capital. Of course, nationwide, we have more numbers, but of course, the travel and the logistics, again, we couldn't, but they're going to join us online. And from here, I welcome them as well, because this is live streamed online on our social media. So, of course, in each country, we have similar achievements. And we continue doing this year after year, and it will be a great transformational, definitely. And of course, I would like also to talk about the other program, which is Educating Linda program, where we're supporting the education of thousands of girls to finish their school, high school, and to cross this bottleneck so they can reach out to their dreams and fulfill their potential. And education, girls' education, all of us know how important it is. No need to say anything. And of course, also in partnership with Her Excellency, the First Lady of the Gambia, and the rest of the African First Ladies, who are our ambassadors as well, we are providing annually 40 scholarships for high performance but unprivileged girls until they finish their education, and we replace them as soon as they graduate from high school. Of course, there's too many programs, but I'm not going to speak about all of them. I will invite you to join our social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and also our website to know more about what we are doing, from community awareness, from education and medical or healthcare development and capacity building. So at the end, I would like to thank you again and welcome all our alumni. We have alumni from Gabon, from the Gambia, from Ghana, Kenya, Liberia, Malawi, Mauritania, Nigeria, Rwanda, Senegal, Sierra Leone, and Uganda. Can you please, our alumni, can you please stand up? This is a small presentation of the doctors that have been graduated from our scholarships, and of course this is a small representation of the 2,400 scholarships we provided since 2017. Thank you very much for, please sit down. We rely on you to develop the healthcare in Africa. Thank you very much, and of course I will leave the stage for Professor Frank Stengberg-Haberkamp, the chairman of Merck Foundation, the founder of Merck Foundation, and without his support, this will never be here, and the Merck Foundation will never exist. So I would like also to leave the stage for Brian to introduce him and leave the stage for him. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Senator Dr. Rasha Khalid. Another round of applause. Now, also joining us today, please allow me welcome Honorable Bakari Y. Baji, the Minister of Youth and Sports. Wonderful. Dr. Rasha has talked about Professor Frank, and before he comes, I also would like to talk about him. For me, he is a black man in a white skin, right? Because his heart is about Africa. He's a man who is infusing tradition and modernity with impossible elegance. And his genius lies not only in the vision, but in synthesis, the ability to weave these disparate threads, say business, science, art, ethics, into one single coherent fabric. This man, so back home, I am in the news. I do radio, I do television. And every single morning, I speak to about 15 million people. And I interact with so many leaders. And where most leaders are chasing, profit and things for themselves, Professor Frank chases legacy. He's determined to leave behind not just a balance sheet, but also very critical cultural monuments. Please welcome with me the chairman of Merck Foundation Board of Trustees and former chairman of the executive board, Professor Dr. Frank Stagenberg Havaka. Welcome, sir.
Ladies and gentlemen, I have to be red for shame listening to what Brian just said. But this is my fourth visit to this wonderful country. And right, first visit is some 20 years ago, the last visit some 15 years ago. And if I remember back, what do I remember? I remember, of course, first thing, the fantastic chaos catching the ferry over the river downtown. You all remember that. So that's gone, the bridge now. I remember these wonderful beaches, they're still there. I remember, of course, the captain's fish. I had it yesterday evening again, it's fantastic. And the very, very friendly people. I must say, it's one of the most friendliest countries in Africa. That's the truth. Yeah. And the development over the past years, it's fantastic. I can only congratulate you to that. The country is really moving ahead. So far, some private words. Now let's come to the more official part. 13 years of our development program in Africa, Asia, and underserved communities. His Excellency, the Vice President of the Gambia, Her Excellency, the First Lady of the Gambia, our host, Your Excellencies, First Ladies of Africa, Honorable Ministers, members of the diplomatic corps, distinguished speakers, experts, healthcare providers, policy makers, media representatives, and of course Merck Foundation alumni. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to the 12th edition of the Merck Foundation Africa Asia Luminary. Special edition here in this beautiful country of the Gambia. The smiling coast of Africa, that's very true, a land renowned for its warmth, hospitality, and rich culture. I wish to express my deepest gratitude to His Excellency Mr. Muhammad B.S. Yallo, the Vice President of the Republic of the Gambia, representing His Excellency Mr. Adama Barrow, President of the Republic of the Gambia, for his support and valuable presence today to inaugurate our annual conference. I would also like to extend my sincere thanks to Her Excellency Mrs. Fatoumata Barrow, the First Lady of the Gambia, Ambassador of Merck Foundation, More Than a Mother, and co-chairperson of the 12th edition of the Merck Foundation Africa Asia Luminary, for her dedication and support in making this conference possible and the unwavering support she gave to our cause for the past years back. Furthermore, we are truly grateful to the government of the Gambia for their support and partnership in hosting the Merck Foundation Africa Asia Luminary. It is always a great honor to welcome the Excellencies, the First Ladies and Ambassadors of the Merck Foundation More Than a Mother campaign. Together, we celebrate their remarkable achievements, we will hear more about it today, and acknowledge the significant milestones realized in the respective countries through our joint program and long-term partnerships. Your Excellencies, I sincerely thank you for your time and commitment in being with us today as our esteemed guest of honor. We know it is a long journey for most of you, but this Luminary is not only an opportunity to celebrate our achievements together, but also a unique platform to foster the exchange of your invaluable experiences and success stories in addressing healthcare challenges, breaking the stigma of infertility and supporting girls' education in your respective countries through Merck Foundation's programs in partnership with your own offices and foundations. What makes this platform truly meaningful is the spirit of partnership it represents. It brings together leaders, experts, and partners from across Africa and Asia to share knowledge, shape strategies, and strengthen our collective impact. It is through such open dialogue and opportunity and cooperation that Merck Foundation is in a position to develop its unique strategy and sustainable programs that addresses the real needs of African communities. For the past 13 years, all our programs have reflected our mission, that is to build and advance healthcare capacity, transform the patient care landscape, break the stigma of infertility, empower women, and support girls' education across the continent and beyond. Working closely with First Ladies and other partners, including Ministers of Health, Ministers of Education and Gender Affairs, medical societies, media and art, representing their sovereignty, providing sustainable solutions, and genuinely investing in people and their social and health development. This has made Merck Foundation one of the most trusted and respected foundations in Africa, and we are truly proud of this. As you are all aware of, we believe that good healthcare can transform the lives of individuals and families across developing countries. It significantly contributes to the economic and social development of any country, because healthcare is a major driver of both. Therefore, we are strongly committed to transforming the patient care landscape through our scholarship programs. Since 2012, we have awarded more than 2,400 scholarships of one-year diploma and two-year master's degree for healthcare providers from 52 countries across 44 critical and underserved medical specialties, including oncology and cancer care, diabetes, endocrinology, cardiovascular, fertility care, embryology, sexual and reproductive medicine, internal medicine, respiratory medicine, acute medicine, critical care, pediatric emergency, rheumatology, clinical psychiatry, urology, ophthalmology, general surgery, trauma and orthopedic, dermatology, neonatal care, pain management, and much more. I deliberately mention them all to see how wide we are really trying to tackle the problem. As you all know, the lack of financial resources is not the only challenge facing Africa. A far more pressing issue is the scarcity of trained healthcare providers capable of effectively preventing, diagnosing, and managing diseases. This sweeping shortage of medical and healthcare personnel has been one of the most critical barriers to access quality healthcare across the continent. As per WHO's 2021 report, African continent has 24% of the world's disease burden, whereas there are only 2.9 healthcare workers per 1,000 capita. Quite a depressing relationship. As per the WHO 2024 Global Health Report, Africa has 268 public medical schools in the entire continent. 11 countries have just one medical school, and 11 countries has no medical school at all. This is compounded by the maldistribution of workforce among urban and rural areas and the public and private sectors. This gap in human resources has a profound impact on health outcomes. For instance, before the start of the Merck Foundation programs in 2012, there was not a single oncologist, fertility or reproductive care specialist, or diabetologist in many countries, just to give you some examples of the need we tried to bridge. Therefore, you will all agree that the 2,400 scholarships provided by Merck Foundation hold great significance as they play a vital role in the driving public health transformation. Many of our foundation alumni have become the first specialists in their country, including countries like Namibia, Liberia, the Gambia, Burundi, Malawi, Sierra Leone, Zambia, Zimbabwe, Guinea, Equatorial Guinea, Ethiopia, Congo, Nepal, Bangladesh, and more countries. So we are all making history together in this respect. I would like to acknowledge our Merck Foundation alumni from 62 countries who are with us here, whether personally or virtually. Your achievements through these scholarship programs fills us with immense pride. You are the future experts and leaders of healthcare in your countries. To those who have already graduated and are serving on the front lines of care, congratulations on the outstanding impact you are creating. I have had the opportunity to meet many of you over the years, and each encounter has left me deeply moved by your dedication, commitment to serve your people and your country, and the remarkable difference you are already making in your respective communities. Please keep up the good work. It is absolutely needed. Ladies and gentlemen, I would also like to highlight our signature campaign, Merck Foundation More Than a Mother. Through this powerful movement, we are deeply committed to breaking infertility stigma and addressing a wide range of social and health issues, such as supporting girl education, ending child marriage, stopping gender-based violence, ending female genital mutilation, and empowering women and young girls. Your Excellencies, I'm delighted that you have embraced your role as ambassadors of Merck Foundation More Than a Mother with such dedication. By working hand in hand with us to actively tackle these issues through many of our key initiatives, including our health media training, annual awards, storybooks, and animation films, a whole range of educational material. Another initiative I'm particularly proud of is our Educating Linda program, which supports girl education. Don't forget, educated girls grow into empowered women who can drive social and economic development in their respective communities and countries. I'm happy that you share this passion and are working closely with us to provide scholarships for underprivileged yet gifted girls, giving them the opportunity to realize their potential and achieve their dreams. To all those present here with us and to everyone joining virtually, I trust that you will find these 2 days enriching with valuable knowledge and perspective shared with our distinguished experts and speakers across the scientific and community awareness sessions. Last but not least, I wish to reaffirm that Merck Foundation, with Excellencies, the First Ladies, and our esteemed partners will continue striving to bridge healthcare gaps and address the social challenges that affect our communities. Together, we are making a difference to lead the world to a healthier and better future. Thank you very much for listening.
Thank you so much, Professor Frank. Another round of applause. Thank you. Thank you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, welcome with me our host for the 12th edition of the Merck Foundation Africa Asia Luminary, the First Lady of the Republic of the Gambia, Her Excellency Mrs. Fatoumata Barbar.
Brian, thank you. Brian, why you didn't shake the hand of the crocodile? Your Excellency, the President of the Republic of the Gambia, represented by the Vice President, Excellencies, my sister First Ladies of Africa, Honorable Ministers here present, our esteemed partners, the Chairman and CEO of Merck Foundation partners and alumni, members of the media, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is a great honor to welcome you all here today, not just as individuals, but as a powerful partners united by a shared goal, a healthier and more empowered future for our nations. Let me begin by warmly welcoming my sisters, First Ladies, the Merck Foundation team, and all esteemed guests to the Gambia, the smiling coast of Africa, and also the land of Kunta Kinte. Today, as we convey for the 12th edition of Africa Asia Luminary, we gather as sisters, advocates, and champions of progress. Together, we will reflect on our shared commitment to strengthening health systems, building the capacity of our healthcare professionals, promoting responsible journalism, and supporting the next generation of African leaders and caregivers. Sisterhood in the trusted sense is rooted in love, support, unity, and mutual respect. As First Ladies, we are not only symbolic figures, we are mothers, caregivers, and servants with a unique platform to uplift the voices of the vulnerable and marginalized, ensuring that no one is left behind. When we talk about health, we are talking about the most fundamental human right, the right to life, dignity, and well-being. Health is not just merely the absence of illness, but the presence of opportunity, the chance for every individual to live a full, productive, and dignified life. This is why strategic partners like the one we share with the Merck Foundation are so crucial. Our collaboration has played a pivotal role in advancing the healthcare in the Gambia and across Africa. Today, we have made strides in empowering health professionals through specialized training, ensuring they are better equipped to deliver quality care to those who need it most. About 100 Gambian doctors have been provided scholarships over the years to strengthen our public healthcare sector and building a stronger medical workforce for the future. Scholarships ranging from diplomas to postgraduate levels, where is vital fields including oncology, fertility, embryology, sexual and reproductive care, respiratory care, acute medicine, infectious disease, and pediatric and child health, among others. A key pillar in health system development, ensuring that our doctors, nurses, midwives, and technicians are supported through continuous education and access to resources. Sadly, we still witness too many of our healthcare workers being overburdened and over-resourced. It is through partnership with philanthropic organizations like the Merck Foundation that we can continue to uplift these professionals, raising awareness around various diseases, including health outcomes across the continent. On behalf of the Gambia, our sister First Ladies, and indeed of all Africa, I extend my deepest gratitude to the Chairman of Merck, CEO, and the entire Merck Foundation family, and for your and tireless work, unwavering support, and firm dedication through our joint initiatives, scholarships, and mentorship programs. A new generation of African healthcare professionals is rising, equipped to serve their communities and excellent compassion and skill. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, as First Ladies, many of us continue to champion programs focused on well-being of women, children, and youth. For me personally, the health and empowerment of girls and women remains my top priority. I have been deeply involved in efforts to improve access to quality health care in the Gambia, especially in the areas of maternal and neonatal health. Equally important is the role of the media in shaping the public perception and behavior, particularly when it comes to health. In the information age today, responsibility that lies with our journalists is immense. They have the power to inform, educate, and inspire action, but they must be well equipped to do so ethically and accurately. We have seen how misinformation can cost lives, especially during pandemics and the disease outbreaks. The reason for which I strongly support initiatives that provide training for responsible health journalism, which is being organized as part of this conference sections. Let us continue to empower the media with the knowledge and tools to deliver fact-based life-saving information to the public. Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, I sincerely thank my sisters, the First Ladies, for honoring us with your presence here in the Gambia, and I also thank the Merck Foundation for selecting the Gambia as the host of this year's prestigious event. You are always warmly welcome here, and I hope your time in our beautiful country is both productive and memorable. I extend a heartfelt appreciation to all who contributed to the success of this event, as well as the government and the people of the Gambia for the warm hospitality extended to our guests. Though we may be First Ladies, we are first and foremost compassionate people with a responsibility to act to amplify the voices of those who need to give them hope for a better future. As African First Ladies, let us continue to align with our efforts with the UN Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs, to eradicate poverty, promote health and education, and achieve gender equality. We must nurture stronger bonds as collaboration across borders to bring about lasting transformation. The need to learn from each other, support one another, and work in solidarity is critical. If we are to overcome our shared challenges, the role of a woman in peace development and progress across Africa must be cherished and nurtured. It is only by standing together for a common cause that we can truly make a difference. Once again, I thank you all for visiting the smiling coast of Africa. Thank you, my dear sisters.
Another round of applause for our host. Thank you so much, Your Excellency, for hosting us. You asked why I didn't touch the crocodile. I asked the guys there, I asked them, has anyone ever been eaten by a crocodile here? They said no. I said, nope, I don't want to be the first. So I just took a picture from a distance. I'll Photoshop it. But for Ugandans, as far as we are concerned, I touched them. Eh? That's the story we are giving back home, okay? We also want to recognize the FAB Foundation Board of Directors here, and management and staff. Thank you so much for your work. The First Lady has talked about Kunta Kinte. For some of you who don't know, Kunta Kinte was a story that we grew up with back in the day when there was still black and white TVs. Yeah? And for those who don't know, Kunta Kinte was a Mandika man who was transported to the U.S. to serve as a slave. He was later given the name Toby, yeah? But books were written and a series was done later. So please go and check it out if you love reading. You can read a book called Roots, The Saga of an American Family. Fantastic, fantastic. So I have to tell you, I didn't know it's from the Gambia. So I've connected, like, oh, I've finally reached I've finally seen what I studied in school. So if you have time, also check out a village called Jofuri. Is it called Jofuri? Is that how you pronounce it? Yes, go there and see this history, yeah? Come to life. Again, a warm round of applause to the Gambia for hosting us. Now, it's my great honor and privilege, ladies and gentlemen, now to invite His Excellency, Mr. Muhammad D.S. Jallow, the Vice President of the Republic of the Gambia.
Thank you very much. My Lord the Chief Justice, the former Vice President of the Republic of the Gambia, Your Excellencies, the First Lady of the Republic of the Gambia, and Excellencies, the First Lady of Burundi, the First Lady of the Central African Republic, the First Lady of Liberia, the First Lady of Sao Tome and Principe, the First Lady of Senegal, our partners, the Chairman of Merck Foundation, Board of Trustees, and CEO of Merck Foundation, the Deputy Speaker of the National Assembly and honorable members of the National Assembly here present, honorable ministers here present, the members of the Diplomatic and Consular Corps here present, and we also join the organizers in recognizing the honorable member from the Republic of Uganda. I had the privilege and honor of meeting your Vice President most of the time. Because normally your President doesn't travel like mine. My President doesn't like to travel. So most of the time, some of us Vice Presidents we meet. And I meet Her Excellency the Vice President of Uganda and extend my regards to her. The media, senior government officials here present, members of the press, all protocols duly and respectfully observed. Allow me, on behalf of His Excellency the President of the Republic of the Gambia, President Adama Barrow, who would have wanted to be here with you, but due to other engagements, he has asked me to represent him and read this statement on his behalf. It is with great pleasure that I welcome you all to the Gambia for the 12th edition of the Merck Foundation Africa Asia Luminary, which is being held in partnership with the government of the Gambia and co-chaired by the First Lady of the Republic of the Gambia, Madam Fatima Barbaro. I am honored to join this distinguished gathering of Africa's First Ladies. You are all women of grace, courage, and purpose, whose leadership continues to transform and uplift countless lives across our country and the African continent at large. Today, we have come together not only to celebrate your remarkable achievements, but also to recognize your unwavering commitment to humanity. Through your determined efforts in advancing health, education, and social welfare. You are proven to be not just symbols of hope, but also true agents of change. Such change is necessary in order to achieve the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals and the African Union Agenda 2063. Your Excellencies, ladies and gentlemen, through your tireless initiatives, you have brought life and light to many families, ensuring that children receive quality education, that mothers have access to proper health care, and that once forgotten communities have a voice and a future. From fighting maternal mortality to empowering women economically, your work exemplifies compassion and leadership in action. You have demonstrated that real progress begins when we invest in people, care for the sick, educate the young, and empower the vulnerable. Indeed, your work may appear to be simply humanitarian in nature, but it is actually nation building in its purest and most impactful form. Your Excellencies, we are proud of your ongoing partnership with the Merck Foundation, the philanthropic arm of Merck. This is a globally respected pharmaceutical company whose dedication to driving health and social transformation in Africa under the leadership of its chairman, Professor Frank, and CEO, Rasa Khalej, is truly remarkable. Together, you are working remarkably to strengthen healthcare systems and expand access to essential services. Your joint efforts in providing medical care, training healthcare professionals, and leading awareness campaigns on infertility as ambassadors of Merck, More Than a Mother, and other often misunderstood issues are highly commendable. Your partnership in equipping doctors, nurses, and community health workers with the knowledge, tools, and training they need to save lives. These initiatives have become even more valuable following the outbreak of COVID-19. When we invest in the skills of our health workers, we are effectively investing in the future of our communities. Trained and motivated health professionals are the backbone of every strong health system, which is necessary for a nation's social, economic, and political stability. I wish to take this opportunity to express my deepest gratitude to all health professionals across the Gambia and Africa at large. Yours is a noble profession, and your service to humanity is deeply appreciated. We can never thank you enough. Your Excellency, through your collaboration with Merck, you have advanced the cause of important issues ranging from raising awareness about infertility, championing girls' education, to supporting the youth in areas like fashion, art, and journalism. These efforts simultaneously restore dignity and hope, while yielding immeasurable economic and social benefits for our communities. I thank the Merck Foundation Chairman and CEO for initiating and sustaining this vital partnership. We wish you continued success and reaffirm our commitment to working together with you in the service of our people. Your Excellencies, in the Gambia, the government continues to place women's and girls' issues at the forefront of our national development agenda. We have introduced free education for girls, and we are committed to increasing the participation of women at all levels of our governance structures, be it in the cabinet, parliament, the judiciary, or the security services. The Department of Social Welfare under the Ministry of Gender remains at the front line of addressing the daily challenges that confront our communities, and it deserves our ongoing support. I must take a moment now to express my personal admiration to our African women for their unique role in nurturing nations, sustaining families, and leading with visionary and integrity. You embody the strength of the African spirit, resilient, resourceful, radiant, and beautiful. To my dear wife, I offer heartfelt thanks for your unwavering love and support over the years, and for always ensuring that attention is given to issues and individuals that are often overlooked by government systems. Your dedication is deeply valued. Your Excellency, we acknowledge that as First Ladies, You influence development with compassion, and you ensure that the foundations of progress are rooted in human dignity, equality, and opportunity for all. You are not merely first ladies by title. You are first in service, first in compassion, and first in the hearts of those you serve. May your leadership continually inspire our people across generations, heal communities, and build a stronger, healthier, and more equitable Africa. I wish you all successful deliberations. May your partnership with Merck, as well as your bonds for sisterhood, continue to try for the good of our respective nations and for Africa as a whole. I thank you for your kind attention.
Thank you very much. Another round of applause to the Vice President. Thank you. Would like now to welcome the Vice President together with the First Ladies for us to have a few pictures. So we request you, James, how do you want them to come to the front? Yes. Wonderful. Your Excellency, before you also leave, in the morning, I told my daughter I was meeting the Vice President of the Gambia, and she said, "You're lying." So, Your Excellency, I want to defend my honor before my daughter and take a picture with you so that she confirms that it is true. Are we together? Do you support? Clap for me, clap for me. Your Excellency, so that I'm also allowed back into the country, let me welcome Honorable Sarah Pendi from Uganda. I may find my immigration blocked. So please take a picture with her so that I go back home. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you. For those of you who want to take a picture with the Vice President, contact me. We are busy, yeah? Thank you for honoring our invitation this morning. Another round of applause to His Excellency for making time to be here. We'll allow the protocol team to take the VP to his next assignment. In a few minutes, we are also going to listen to the First Ladies of the other countries. They'll be telling us about the work they are doing in their countries and the success that has come out of this. Remember, if you need translation, we still have headphones. Please go and get those headphones. For those of you who also will need translation from Portuguese, that is also available. So when the First Lady is speaking, you'll be able to hear. But channel 1 is English, channel 2 is French. So please remember that. All right. Without further ado, let me invite our distinguished guest of honor, the First Lady of the Republic of Burundi, Her Excellence, Madame Angeline Ndayishimiye, for her keynote speech. Welcome, Your Excellency.
Excellence, la première dame de Gambie, Excellence, mes chers sœurs, première dame d'Afrique, Monsieur le Président du Conseil d'administration de la Fondation Merck, Sénateur Dr. Karel, PDG de la Fondation Merck, honorables Mesdames et Messieurs les ministres, distingués invités, c'est avec immense honneur et une grande joie que je m'adresse à vous aujourd'hui, ici à Banjul, la splendide capitale de la Gambie, dans le cadre de la 12e édition de la conférence Merck Foundation Afrique-Asie Luminary. Je tiens à exprimer ma profonde gratitude envers le gouvernement gambien, en particulier à son Excellence Adama Barrow, Président de la République, et la Première Dame, son Excellence Fatoumata Barrow, pour l'accueil chaleureux et l'hospitalité qui nous ont été réservés dès notre arrivée à l'aéroport. Je félicite également la sénatrice Dr. Racha Khaled, PDG de Merck Foundation, pour l'organisation exceptionnelle de cet événement qui chaque année devient un moment de réflexion et d'action pour un avenir durable. Il me convient aussi de féliciter la Fondation Merck pour ces 13 années d'engagement aux côtés des premières dames et a conduit à la mise en œuvre des programmes de développement significatifs en Afrique, en Asie et dans des communautés mal desservies. Excellence, Première Dame, Mesdames et Messieurs, distingués invités, avec la Fondation Merck, nous avons contribué à l'amélioration du système de santé publique au Burundi, en offrant 55 bourses aux jeunes médecins burundais dans les spécialités médicales critiques telles que oncologie, diabète, embryologie, fertilité, santé de la reproduction, médecine aiguë, médecine respiratoire, endocrinologie, médecine cardiovasculaire, préventive et plus encore. Ces formations spécialisées s'avèrent très bénéfiques dans le renforcement des capacités des soins de santé et l'équipement de nos médecins locaux, tout en élargissant l'accès à des services médicaux de qualité à travers le pays. En tant que mère, j'ai été profondément touchée par le poids de l'infertilité et les nombreux tabous qui entourent les femmes confrontées à cette vulnérabilité. C'est à partir de ce constat que j'ai initié le tout premier centre de traitement de l'infertilité au Burundi. Ce centre a été inauguré aux côtés de la sénatrice Hassa Kalesh au sein de la polyclinique Mugiraneza avec l'expertise de certains docteurs boursiers de Fondation Merck. En conséquence, 10 enfants sont déjà nés et d'autres femmes sont enceintes. Je suis également fière de partager que notre potentiel, que notre personnel dévoué, des spécialistes de la fertilité, d'embryologistes et les techniciens travaillant dans le centre ont été formés grâce aux bourses de la Fondation Merck. Le Burundi dispose aussi d'un centre de traitement de diabète initié par l'un des diplômés de la bourse de diabète de la Fondation Merck. Ce centre affiche une contribution positive à la prise en charge des diabétiques. Je voudrais maintenant mettre en évidence un programme qui m'a passionné, le programme Éduquer Linda. Vous savez tous que l'éducation d'une fille a le pouvoir de transformer non seulement la vie, mais toute sa communauté et sa nation. Avec la Fondation Merck, nous soutenons l'éducation de 40 filles brillantes, mais ici dans des familles défavorisées. Chaque année, ces bourses leur permettent de terminer leurs études secondaires et d'obtenir leur diplôme avec dignité et espoir. Dans cette perspective de la Fondation Bonaction Mugiraneza a implanté l'école d'excellence source du savoir, un établissement à régime d'internat qui accueille des dizaines de lauréats issus des milliers de favorisés. En ce qui est de la communication, nous avons mené 4 éditions de formation annuelle des médias sur la santé en ligne pour les journalistes burundais, reconnaissant leur rôle puissant à être la voix des sans-voix. De plus, nous avons lancé ensemble de nombreux livres de contes inspirants comme Plus qu'une mère, Éduquer Linda, Le secours de Jacqueline, Pas qui vous êtes, une balade vers le futur, Vie de sans-cycle et l'attention de Marc, pour soutenir l'éducation des filles et résoudre d'autres problèmes tels que briser la stigmatisation de l'infertilité, mettre fin au mariage des enfants, l'arrêt de violences basées sur le genre, la sensibilisation sur le diabète et l'hypertension. En outre, nous lançons chaque année le prix Puisqu'une mère un mode de vie sain pour les médias, les cinéastes, les chercheurs, les musiciens et les créateurs de mode au Burundi. Ce prix inspire nos jeunes et nos talents créatifs à utiliser leurs plateformes pour plaider pour un changement positif. Je ne doute pas que nous continuerons à célébrer de nombreux gagnants remarquables du Burundi dans les années à venir, tout comme nous l'avons fait fièrement dans le passé. Au fil de nos échanges et projets communs, j'ai pu constater l'engagement indéfectible de ma fondation à transformer les difficultés en opportunités et les aspirations en réalisations concrètes. C'est très encourageant. Je voudrais clore mon propos en ne souhaitant de persévérer d'être prête à envisager de nouvelles initiatives pour que demain soit meilleur pour tous. Ensemble, promouvoir le bien-être des populations. Je vous remercie.
Merci, Your Excellency, Madame Angeline Ndayishimiye, the First Lady of the Republic of Burundi. Another round of applause. Thank you very much for being here and traveling the long journey. Now, ladies and gentlemen, I'll invite the First Lady of the Central African Republic, Her Excellency Madame Brigitte Todera, for a keynote speech. She'll be speaking from her seat. Thank you.
Son Excellence, Son Excellence, Madame la Première Dame de Gambie, mes chères sœurs, Excellences, Première Dame d'Afrique et d'Asie, Chairman du Conseil d'administration de la Fondation Merck, Professeur Franck, CEO de la Fondation Merck, sénatrice, Dr Racha Kelej, honorables ministres, les partenaires de la Fondation Merck, anciens boursiers et membres des médias, distingués invités, mesdames et messieurs. C'est avec un véritable honneur et une grande joie pour moi d'être parmi vous en ce jour afin de célébrer la 12e édition du Merck Foundation Africa Asia Luminary, ici dans ce magnifique pays, la Gambie. Je suis aussi très heureuse que ma chère sœur, Madame Fatoumata Barrow, Première Dame de Gambie, ait accueilli la conférence de cette année, inaugurée par son Excellence, Monsieur Adama Barrow, Président de la République de Gambie, représenté par le vice-président. Je voudrais avouer tout propos, au nom de ma délégation, au nom du peuple centrafricain et en mon nom propre, transmettre toute ma gratitude à vous, ma très chère sœur, Madame Fatoumata Barrow, Première Dame de Gambie, et au peuple gambien pour la qualité de votre accueil qui dénote votre hospitalité légendaire. Je tiens également à remercier le professeur Franck, chairman du conseil d'administration de la Fondation Merck, et la sénatrice Dr Racha, CEO de la Fondation Merck, de nous avoir réunis une fois de plus. Au cours de ces 13 dernières années, votre engagement indéfectible en vue d'améliorer les soins de santé et de renforcer les capacités scientifiques et médicales en Afrique et au-delà n'est plus à démontrer. Vous avez contribué à initier des transformations remarquables qui ont impacté et continueront d'impacter durablement nos communautés. Très chères sœurs, Première Dame, distinguées personnalités, mesdames et messieurs, qu'il me soit permis de rappeler que depuis 2016, en tant qu'ambassadrice de la Fondation Merck plus qu'une mère, la Fondation Cri de cœur d'une mère que je dirige a mis en œuvre dans mon pays plusieurs programmes ambitieux et je puis vous rassurer que je suis la toute première ambassadrice de ce mouvement si important. Je le répète aujourd'hui parce que certaines personnalités ougandaises et bien d'autres que je salue en sont témoins. Très chère sœur, Première Dame d'Afrique, la Fondation Merck est un partenaire fiable. En effet, mon pays, la République centrafricaine, comme de nombreuses autres nations africaines, est confronté à des défis significatifs en matière de santé, particulièrement dans les domaines de l'infertilité et de la lutte contre la stigmatisation qui entoure l'infertilité. C'est pourquoi l'initiative Plus qu'une mère est d'une importance capitale. Cette initiative nous permet d'œuvrer pour briser la stigmatisation liée à l'infertilité qui touche tant de femmes souvent victimes de maltraitance, de discrimination, voire d'exclusion sociale, simplement en raison de leur incapacité à procréer. Cette initiative a permis également de sensibiliser le public à l'importante question de l'infertilité masculine, un concept que beaucoup dans nos communautés ignoraient auparavant, favorisant ainsi une plus grande compréhension de leur part et une responsabilité partagée. Très chères sœurs premières dames d'Afrique, distinguées personnalités, mesdames et messieurs, en collaboration avec la Fondation Merck, nous avons lancé le programme Éduquer Linda, qui me tient particulièrement à cœur. L'éducation est l'un des outils les plus puissants que nous puissions offrir à nos filles, car lorsqu'une fille est instruite, elle devient un modèle pour sa famille, sa communauté et pour les générations futures. L'éducation des filles leur offre davantage de perspectives. Elles sont en meilleure santé, elles se marient tardivement et ont des enfants en meilleure santé, deviennent des femmes fortes et indépendantes. C'est avec un réel plaisir que je voudrais annoncer que dans le cadre du programme Éduquer Linda, nous offrons chaque année des bourses à 20 écolières brillantes mais défavorisées pour les aider à terminer leurs études et à réaliser leurs rêves. Pour 2025-2026, 20 écolières supplémentaires seront prises en charge, portant à 40 le nombre de filles qui bénéficieront de cette bourse. Je suis convaincue que chaque fille mérite d'avoir la chance et d'atteindre ses objectifs. En soutenant l'éducation de ces jeunes filles aujourd'hui, nous formons les leaderships de demain et bâtissons des nations plus fortes. Très chères sœurs, premières dames, distinguées invités, mesdames et messieurs, la Fondation Merck a également accordé 9 bourses d'études pour des médecins de mon pays dans de nombreuses spécialités médicales critiques telles que l'oncologie, la fertilité, le diabète et la cardiologie. Je saisis cette opportunité qui m'est offerte du haut de cette tribune pour réaffirmer le soutien indéfectible du gouvernement centrafricain sous la très haute clairvoyance de son Excellence, le professeur Faustin Archange-Touadéra, président de la République, chef de l'État, au programme de formation de la Fondation Merck. Notre collaboration a déjà permis de former des médecins dans des spécialités critiques et nous aspirons à étendre cette opportunité à davantage de nos professionnels de la santé. Nous avons besoin de renforcer les capacités de nos professionnels de la santé, en particulier dans le domaine de la fertilité et de l'oncologie. Ces formations permettront de transformer l'offre des soins de santé de mon pays en dotant des formations sanitaires avec du personnel hautement qualifié. Nous comptons aussi, après cette vague de formation de professionnels de santé, initier des discussions afin de bénéficier de l'expertise de la Fondation Merck dans le cadre de la mise en place d'une unité de procréation médicale assistée dans mon pays. Ensemble, nous mettons également en œuvre des initiatives créatives de sensibilisation communautaire visant à sensibiliser sur des enjeux sociaux importants tels que la lutte contre la stigmatisation liée à l'infertilité, le soutien à l'éducation des filles, la cessation du mariage d'enfants et des mutilations génitales féminines, la cessation des violences sexistes. Ces initiatives créatives ont permis également de promouvoir les questions de santé telles que la prévention et le dépistage précoce du diabète et de l'hypertension. Ainsi, ma fondation a eu le plaisir d'organiser en collaboration avec la fondation Merck en juillet 2025 la formation de 42 professionnels de médias sur la santé. Cette seconde vague de formation a grandement contribué à l'amélioration significative des reportages sur des questions sociales et sanitaires sensibles. Par ailleurs, depuis 2018, nous organisons des prises annuelles pour les meilleures œuvres médiatiques, films, chansons et créations de mode, afin d'encourager nos jeunes talents à utiliser leur créativité pour aborder ces questions cruciales. Nous avons également publié 7 livres d'histoire pour aborder ces questions auprès des enfants dès leur plus jeune âge, favorisant ainsi une culture de sensibilisation et d'antipathie. En outre, ces livres ont été adaptés en films d'animation très intéressants que nous partageons sur nos plateformes de réseaux sociaux afin de sensibiliser les jeunes et les adultes. Toutes ces initiatives reflètent notre engagement collectif à utiliser l'art et les médias comme des outils puissants pour briser les stigmatisations et créer un changement de culture. Très chères sœurs premières dames, distinguées personnalités, mesdames et messieurs, je voudrais remercier une fois de plus la Fondation Merck pour ses programmes innovants qui continuent de bénéficier à de nombreuses vies dans notre pays et au-delà. La Fondation Merck, par ses diverses contributions, nous rappelle que nous devons travailler ensemble dans un esprit de solidarité pour que chaque femme et chaque enfant ait accès aux soins et aux opportunités qu'ils méritent. En unissant nos efforts, nous pouvons transformer le paysage de la santé et construire une Afrique plus forte, plus saine et plus épanouie. Pour continuer, j'espère que chacun d'entre nous tirera de précieuses informations et sera inspiré par cette conférence de 2 jours. Vive le partenariat agissant entre la Fondation Merck et les fondations des Premières Dames. Je vous remercie et surtout, prenons soin de nous et restons en bonne santé.
Merci, Your Excellency. Another round of applause for the First Lady of the Central African Republic. Let's now welcome the First Lady of the Republic of Liberia, Mrs. Kaltumu Yarta Boakai, for her keynote speech.
Your Excellency, Mr. Mohammed C.H. Jallow, who just served as our keynote speaker, and his darling wife, Her Excellency, Mrs. Fatoumata Barbaro, First Lady of the Gambia, my dear sister and gracious host, Excellencies, my fellow First Ladies of Africa, beautiful sisters in leadership, Senator Dr. Rachel Gillett, CEO of White Foundation, Professor Dr. Frank Stangenberg, Harrington, Chairman of the White Foundation Board of Trustees, Honorable Ministers, White Foundation partners, alumni, and I will be highly content if I don't recognize my own ambassador from the Republic of Liberia to Gambia and Senegal. Just wave to me, Ambassador, as well as my consular. Please wave to me. It's a pleasure having you to back me here. What a sacred joy it is to stand here in the Gambia, a land rich with history, resilience, and unity. I bring you warm greetings from the President of the Republic of Liberia, His Excellency Joseph Jomo Boakai Sr., my beloved husband. And from the land of liberty, Liberia, the country that single-handedly fought for over a century for African independence. I'm also honored to serve as a guest of honor at this historic 12th edition of White Foundation Africa Asia Luminary. This is a unique gathering, a cathedral of compassion where women who nurture nations meet, transcending the titles of politician wives, but as purpose-driven mothers of Africa. That has been known. We are not here for a ceremony. We are here because we know this truth. If women are the backbone of society, then first ladies must be the moral span of leadership. In a continent rising, that is, you said, the first ladies here today, in the year 2025, they more than witnessed the change. We became its very expressive. To Dr. Rachel, the visionary fire starter, and just from the steady life of wisdom, thank you for building this global platform. The White Foundation surpasses a foundation, really. It's a fountain of transformation across our beloved continent. It is a movement. It is a mission. I must sincerely admit that you have walked with us assiduously into ministries, hospitals, communities, schools, and the silent corners where stigma hides. In Liberia, the White Foundation's impact is visible and revolutionary. One, in the past, 52 Liberian doctors have received White Foundation scholarships in critically underdeserved fields. These specialized degrees are lifesavers to communities. Two, in addition, 71 new scholarships are being processed, and the better candidates are preparing to join this journey. I said this without any hesitation. Some of these professionals are the first in our country in their field. The grandeur of all that I would not stop mentioning and boasting about is that our Minister of Health of the Republic of Liberia, herself, and other key leaders in the Ministry of Health in Liberia are proud Merck Foundation alumni. A demonstration of what happens when investment meets integrity. In my Liberian vernacular, I say, thank you, Mike. You have gone above and beyond to train individuals and plan institutions within people. Additionally, through our Educating Learner program, my foundation and my office are supporting the education of 40 billion for disadvantaged girls, 20 from previous years and 20 more recently added. I believe these are scholarships and tickets to dignity, votes of confidence, and seeds against poverty. In this note, I have learned that health is born first in the home, shaped by mindset, and strengthened by the messages people consume long before it reaches the hospital. That is why we have fully embraced the White Foundation's creative campaigns, from songs and films to media training, children's storybook books, and fashion that tells of healing and hope. Together, we are dismantling stigma, silencing shame, and elevating empathy. And allow me to say this loudly. Infertility is not a woman's sport. Mental illness is not a taboo. Addiction is not a death sentence. And every girl has the right to dream beyond her circumstances. Excellency, as you have inspired me through your electrifying speeches, presentations, and work in your various countries, I returned to Liberia, determined to do more. In July of this year, we launched a $3 million multi-purpose village, a sanctuary of healing designed for mothers battling trauma, youth overcoming addiction, and children living with autism or international disability. It is no ordinary village. It is a place of transformation in Africa's oldest republic, the cradle of Pan-African hope. Liberia is ready, and we invite you to stand with us. I'm convinced that Liberia's journey with Merck is only beginning, and I believe it is Africa's turn to lead, not by imitation, but by innovation, rooted in compassion. Let me remind you, or remind all of us, of an African proverb, which says, the roots are deep. There is no reason to fear the wind. We are the roots. And our children must not fear the winds of poverty, stigma, or lack. We must be the shelter, the soil, and the sun. Only then will Africa rise of our daughters, leading with wisdom, with will, and with wombs full of wisdom. Once upon a time, there was a piece of clay in the hands of the potter. It feared the heat. It dreaded the fire. But the potter said, without the furnace, you will forever remain fragile. So the clay endured the fire and came out strong and vessel fit for service. So too, we are the women of Africa, especially first ladies. I repeat, especially first ladies. Refined not by heat or by fire. And now we pour healing into nations. And White Foundation has been a fire that helps shape us, not to burn, but to build. My sisters, we are more than first ladies. We are the first responders to suffering the first believers in potential, and the first defenders of dignity. Let us not live here with handshakes alone, photo ops, or adoration in beautiful attire and cute smiles. Let us live for commitment, carved into policy, utilizing new knowledge learned from others, programs shaped by data, reflections applied in practice, and law sealed in nation. To my foundation, I say thank you for making us stronger. To my sisters, I say let us go home and multiply this movement. To the world, I say watch Africa rise, led by women, lifted by mothers, and fueled by faith. I close with this. Until the lion learns to rise, every story will glorify the hunter. It is time Africa tells its own story through her daughters, her doctors, and her dreams. In this room today, I see the tents, the places, and the purpose. Let us write that story boldly with Merck as our ink and sisterhood as our strength. And just like that lion who remembered he was born to roar, may we too remember who we are, not ornaments of protocol, but architects of possibility. Can be anything possible. My sisters, the time has come for history to record that it was not parliament alone, but palaces of purpose like this conference room, filled with first ladies gathered to our white foundation to turn a tire on stigma, silence, and suffering. Let us roll together, not for attention, but for transformation, not for applause, but for impact. Let the world hear us not as shadows of men's leadership, but as a symphony of mothers rising to redeem a continent, restore its dignity, and redefine its destiny. We are the heartbeat of Africa. Let us be louder, stronger, and together. I repeat, we are the heartbeat of Africa. Let us speak louder, stronger, and together. Thank you. May God bless Africa, and may God bless the partnership that binds us. Thank you.
Wow. Goosebumps, goosebumps. Big round of applause to the First Lady of Liberia. We are the heartbeat of Africa. Yeah? Yeah. Just stand to your neighbor and tell them you are the heartbeat. Find out if your neighbor has a heartbeat. Yeah? You are the heartbeat. Wonderful. We're not just gathering here, we are also making history. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with me the First Lady of the Democratic Republic of Sao Tome and Principe, Her Excellency Mrs. Maria de Fatima Villanova. Her Excellency will be delivering her keynote speech in Portuguese, but like we told you, we have translation for that, so please use the headset. Channel 1 is English, Channel 2 is French.
Good morning. Before I speak in my language Portuguese, I tell something to tell the people of Gambia. Thank you so much for reception yesterday. The people from Gambia is a very nice people. And yesterday, I see the crocodile in the Gambia. I never see in my life the crocodile cow, only in Gambia. Thank you so much, Gambia. Primeira Dama da República de Gâmbia, Sua Excelência, Senhor Presidente da Gâmbia, esteve representado pelo Vice-Presidente. Excelências, minhas queridas irmãs, Primeiras Damas africanas, nossos parceiros, Presidente do Conselho de Curadores da Fundação Merck e CEO da Fundação Merck. Excelências, senhores ministros e senhoras ministras, parceiros da Fundação Merck e ex-alunos e membros da mídia, distintos convidados, senhoras e senhores, estou muito feliz por hoje nos juntar as minhas irmãs, Suas Excelências Primeiras Damas Africanas e de todos vós, como convidados de honras da 12ª edição da Luminary África-Ásia da Fundação. Meus cumprimentos a Sua Excelência, o Sr. Adam Barron, Presidente da Gâmbia, e agradeço por inaugurar a conferência. Gostaria também de expressar o meu sincero agradecimento às minhas queridas irmãs, Sua Excelência Senhora Fatoumata Barron, Primeira Dama da Gâmbia, e a Senadora Doutora Rasta Khaled, CEO da Fundação Merck, pela sua liderança exemplar na compreendência da conferência deste ano. Felicito também a orientação visionária do professor Frank, Presidente do Conselho de Curadores da Fundação Merck, cuja liderança e apoio continuam a fortalecer e expandir o impacto dos programas da Fundação Merck. Senhoras e senhores, juntei-me à Fundação Merck em 2023 e tive a oportunidade de conhecer os seus programas em detalhes com a minha irmã, doutora Rasta Khaled. Logo, começamos a implementar muitos desses programas no meu país e que me fez perceber que eles trazem benefícios tangíveis e significativos. Essas iniciativas não apenas por fornecerem apoio imediato, mas também criam um impacto duradouro que beneficiará o nosso povo e as gerações futuras. Por meio do fortalecimento da capacidade e de atendimento à saúde, do apoio à educação de meninas e da conscientização sobre questões sociais e de saúde críticas, estamos a moldar um futuro mais saudável para São Tomé e Príncipe e para o resto da África. Juntos, começamos a oferecer bolsas de estudo para os nossos jovens médicos nas áreas de tratamento em oncologia e diabetes. Essas bolsas são cruciais para o nosso setor de saúde pública e desempenharão um papel significativo no desenvolvimento da capacidade de atendimento à saúde do nosso país, especialmente considerando o tamanho da nossa ilha e o número limitado de profissionais de saúde no setor público. Vemos isso como o início de uma jornada e continuarmos comprometidos em recrutar mais médicos em muitas outras especialidades críticas e carentes.
como parte do programa de bolsas de estudo da Fundação Merck. Além disso, estou muito feliz de introduzir no nosso país o programa Educar Linda e Lindo, que é muito próximo ao meu coração, pois oferece uma oportunidade para as crianças merecedoras mais desfavorecidas de atingirem o seu potencial máximo e prosperarem na vida. Juntos, estamos a fornecer bolsas de estudo para 40 estudantes desfavorecidas, mas com melhor desempenho até se formarem. Por meio dessas bolsas, estamos a dar a elas a oportunidade de sonhar mais alto, ter sucesso e contribuir significativamente para o crescimento da nossa nação. Investir na educação não é apenas uma questão de justiça, mas Merck também é a base do desenvolvimento sustentável, uma menina educada que leva não apenas a si mesma, mas também a sua família, sua comunidade e sua nação. Mas isso nunca será alcançado sem a educação de meninos que crescerão e se tornarão homens educados, capazes de sustentar as suas famílias e se unir às suas esposas na jornada de construir famílias saudáveis e felizes. Também lançamos em conjunto várias iniciativas de sensibilização de comunidade. Lançamos livros de histórias infantis, lindamente elaborados e acompanhados de filmes de animação em português. Esses recursos criativos representam uma forma inovadora e poderosa de conscientizar sobre questões sociais e de saúde importantes desde cedo. A Fundação Merck enviou-nos milhares de exemplares do livro de histórias infantis que distribuiremos nas nossas escolas em parceria com o Ministério da Educação. Também estamos a tornar os filmes de animação amplamente acessíveis e divulgando-os nas nossas redes sociais e transmitindo-os na nossa TV nacional para que possam beneficiar todo o país. Além disso, recentemente, realizamos a terceira edição do treinamento anual em mídia da saúde da Fundação Merck para os nossos jornalistas. O programa de treinamento é ministrado em português e conta com a participação de renomados especialistas médicos e da mídia todos os anos. É muito apreciado pelos nossos jornalistas, pois destaca o papel vital que usa também a base para desenvolvimento sustentável. Uma menina educada eleva não apenas a si, mas também a sua família. Profissionais da mídia desempenham na conscientização, no combate dos estigmas e na criação de uma mudança cultural. Além disso, lançamos 8 prestigiados prémios da Fundação Merck anuais sobre os temas Mais do que uma Mãe e Diabetes e Hipertensão. Esses prémios são destinados a mídia, músicos, estilistas de moda, pianistas, estudantes e talentos emergentes dessas áreas. Por meio deles, incentivamos os nossos jovens a usar a sua criatividade como uma força de conscientização sobre questões-chave. Senhoras e senhores, estamos totalmente comprometidos em trabalhar lado a lado com a Fundação Merck e com as minhas queridas irmãs, primeiras damas da África e da Ásia, para criar mudanças
duradouras no nosso continente. Obrigada e que a nossa jornada compartilhada continue a trazer esperanças, saúde e prosperidade aos nossos povos em África. Thank you so much.
Obrigado, Your Excellency. Another round of applause to the First Lady of the Democratic Republic of Sao Tome and Principe. Thank you so much for your address. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome with me Her Excellency Madame Marie Kone Faye, the First Lady of Senegal.
Excellence, Monsieur le Président de la Gambie, représenté par son vice-président. Excellence, Madame la Première Dame de la Gambie. Mes chères sœurs, Excellences, les Premières Dames d'Afrique. Mes chers partenaires, le chairman du conseil d'administration de la Fondation Merck et la CEO de la Fondation Merck. Excellences, les ambassadeurs, Monsieur les ministres, distingués invités, Mesdames et Messieurs. C'est un immense plaisir et un grand honneur de me joindre à vous tous en tant qu'invité d'honneur de la 12e édition du Merck Foundation Africa Asia Luminary 2025. C'est un bonheur de retrouver mes chères sœurs, les premières dames d'Afrique, qui sont aussi également des ambassadrices de la Fondation Merck. C'est un véritable privilège d'avoir son Excellence, le Président, représenté par son vice-président, parmi nous. Sa présence souligne l'importance de cette conférence et renforce notre engagement collectif à promouvoir l'éducation, la formation et l'autonomisation des communautés à travers l'Afrique. Je remercie tout particulièrement à ma chère sœur, Mme Fatoumata Barrow, première dame de la Gambie, pour son accueil si chaleureux et généreux dans son beau pays. Enfin, ma profonde gratitude va à nos partenaires, le professeur Sang, chairman du conseil d'administration de la Fondation Merck, et la sénatrice Dr. Rachel Khalil, CEO de la Fondation Merck, pour leur engagement indéfectible et pour des programmes qui continuent d'avoir un impact réel et mesurable. Mesdames et Messieurs, notre partenariat avec la Fondation Merck n'a débuté que récemment, et pourtant, nos progrès sont déjà remarquables. Aujourd'hui, je suis heureuse de partager avec vous les premiers résultats de notre programme conjoint au Sénégal. Comme vous le savez tous, des médecins qualifiés et dévoués constituent l'épine dorsale d'un système de santé de toute nation. C'est pourquoi, ensemble, nous avons immédiatement œuvré à renforcer nos capacités en matière de soins de santé. Je suis fière d'annoncer qu'à ce jour, que la Fondation Merck a accordé 29 bourses de formation et de spécialisation à nos jeunes médecins sénégalais. Ces bourses couvrent des domaines fondamentaux pour notre population: la fertilité, l'embryologie, la prise en charge du diabète et l'oncologie. Mesdames et Messieurs, l'éducation est la clé de tout. Je suis donc également ravie de vous annoncer le lancement du programme Éduquer Linda. Ce programme est un pied de ma stratégie, car je suis convaincue qu'investir dans l'éducation des filles est l'un des outils les plus puissants dont nous disposons pour transformer nos communautés et les nations. Les filles instruites sont moins susceptibles à se marier jeunes. Elles mènent une vie plus saine et productive. Elles participent activement aux prises de décision et jouent un rôle capital dans l'avenir de leur famille et de leur société. Dans le cadre du programme Éduquer Linda,
Nous offrirons des bourses annuelles à 40 écolières défavorisées parmi les plus brillantes pour les soutenir jusqu'à l'obtention de leur diplôme. C'est une réalisation dont je suis très fière, car elle contribue directement à un avenir meilleur pour nos filles. De plus, des milliers de fournitures scolaires essentielles seront bientôt distribuées. Mesdames et messieurs, nous lançons également de nombreuses initiatives de sensibilisation communautaire dans le cadre de campagnes plus qu'humaines, afin de répondre aux enjeux sociaux et sanitaires importants. Ces efforts visent notamment à briser la stigmatisation liée à l'infertilité, à sensibiliser sur l'infertilité masculine, mettre fin au mariage des enfants, lutter contre les violences sexistes et les mutilations génitales féminines. Sensibiliser aussi sur le diabète et l'hypertension. Pour donner une voix à ces causes, nous avons récemment organisé notre première formation annuelle des médias sur la santé pour souligner le rôle essentiel des journalistes en tant que porte-parole. Nous avons également lancé conjointement les prix annuels plus qu'une mère, et diabète et hypertension pour nos jeunes talents, médias, cinéastes, chanteurs, musiciens et créateurs de mode. Je suis convaincue que nous célébrons de nombreux lauréats sénégalais, car notre pays regorge de jeunes talents et de créativité. Enfin, nous lancerons prochainement 7 livres de contes pour enfants, abordant tous ces thèmes. Ces histoires ont été adaptées en films d'animation et de milliers d'exemplaires seront distribués. Pour nous, chacune de ces initiatives est cruciale, car elle représente une avancée vers un changement culturel significatif. Je suis très fière de notre partenariat avec la Fondation Merck et l'impact significatif qu'il a déjà sur notre population. Je me réjouis de renforcer davantage cette collaboration et de bâtir un partenariat à long terme. Un partenariat qui continuera de transformer des vies et de façonner un avenir sain et plus juste pour notre nation. Je vous remercie.
Thank you very much, Your Excellence. Another round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. First Lady of Senegal. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I'd like to welcome Dr. Rasha to come and move vote of thanks. Dr. Rasha is the CEO of Merck Foundation and also the co-chairperson of this year's Luminary. Welcome. Also, our host, Her Excellency, the First Lady of the Gambia.
I think you are welcoming me in the Gambia. I traveled from Banjul to here. Now, I will also say to you, you are welcome to the Gambia for the second time. Thank you. Okay. Thank you, everyone, for being here. We appreciate you all. It was an early morning thing. I know there is one lady here. I don't want to recognize her, but I have to. Her Excellency, the former Vice President. Yes. Thank you for coming. During my statement, I couldn't recognize the ambassadors and other dignitaries from the UN. Sorry for everything, but it's because of my statement. The salutation was too short, and I wanted to see how best we will finish before time, because we have another guest to be received at the airport. Thank you very much for everything. To the Gambian Luminary, alumni, thank you for attending and keep making the Gambia flag fly higher and higher. To the honorable ministers, thank you. It's like the whole government is here right now in this place. Thank you. It's a cabinet session right now. Thank you, everyone. To the media, thank you very much. To the securities, police band, the protocols, drivers, to everyone, thank you.
Thank you very much for Her Excellency, the First Lady of the Gambia, for hosting us and to be the co-chair of the 12th edition of Merck Foundation Africa Asia Luminary. Thank you for all of you for your time. Thank you for Merck Foundation alumni, partners, ambassadors. Thank you for Excellencies, the First Ladies of Africa. Thank you for being with us. Thank you, Professor Frank Stangenberg Haverkamp, the chairman of Merck Foundation and the founder of Merck Foundation. Thank you all. Thank you, Merck Foundation team and partners. Thank you all. Bye.
Thank you very much. We'll have another group photo before the First Ladies leave. Members of the press, please come and take those photos. Yeah, we believe those will be on the front page of the paper tomorrow. James, please organize the First Ladies. Yes. Yes, members. We will now switch out to the hashtags of what the First Ladies are doing in their countries. All right. Now hashtags. All right. Thank you. Will allow the First Ladies to leave. Yes. Thank you very much, policeman. Ladies and gentlemen, we'll have lunch served for our ministers and high-ranking dignitaries in the cafeteria bucket just down the corridor. And we've also organized lunch for everyone in the banquet hall downstairs. Please go and have a meal. And let's converge here at 2 p.m. again for the high-level ministerial engagement at 2 o'clock. So see you in exactly 1 hour.
te fenjola kaiti bibulu kaiti tibulu wiktela immigration information janjandila auto wiglodula donc